What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 63 of Movie Talks, the only podcast you need for all your movie news, movie reviews, and more. So, 63 it's a big number. It's
Yeah,
more than 62, one more than 62,
it
and
is.
three more than 60.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
one less than 64.
Yeah,
Yep.
so we are joined by Lawson. Say hello, Lawson, because I can't hear you with my really loud shirt. Ah.
It's a very loud shirt. Hello, everybody. This is
Yeah, no,
Lawson. Ryman is wearing the brightest shirt, especially on camera.
yeah, it's bright. It's brighter in
It
person.
looks like, have you seen those like the solid blacks, like the paint like black 4.0 and shit, like
Yeah,
the blackest blacks?
yeah,
That is the orangest orange.
yeah. It is.
It's like a solid color on camera.
It looks real good. You know, I just
Oh
laughed.
well.
I don't know. It is what it
No, we
is.
love it. It's great.
Yeah, I'm my own man. But we've
I'm all
got
about it.
yeah
It's you.
we got a big list for you guys today. We have the Blue-Eyed Samurai, which is actually a Netflix special. This one. So these are all on
Yeah.
Netflix. We have Blue-Eyed Samurai, which is the
Blue
newest
eye.
and
There's no D. So point that out.
blue. What did I
You're saying
say?
blue-eyed. It's just blue eye. Blue eye
He-
samurai.
He's only got one eye.
It's not about the number of eyes.
Oh, I feel like it is. You've got more than one eye.
No. It's just the way it's written.
Uh,
Pronounce things the way they're written.
uh,
Doesn't
just
matter.
just for a little background, I've been making Lawson bite all day. I've just been throwing out comments. I can see it
Just in
already.
chat.
He's
No, I'm
he's
just like I start writing out stuff and I'm like, oh, why am I even responding? I'd give you a little thumbs up instead. Oh, I love it.
uh,
Makes me laugh.
so we've got the blue-eyed samurai. We've got on Onimusha, which is based on the
Onimusha.
Onimusha, which is based on the game from the PS2 era, which focuses on
Yep.
Musashi, the very famous samurai. And then we also
Sure.
have the killer.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yep.
that's what we got
New
for you
David Fisher
today.
film.
Mm. So I think we
Hmm.
got a quite a number of things to say on it, and
Yeah, I mean, we
mm,
I'm not sure we've really planned, but we've pretty much got two Netflix samurai shows back
mm,
to back.
not intentionally. We just picked them because the animations look really cool. We're like, let's do that.
They did.
Let's do that.
Good comparison.
Lucky. So
Worked out.
worked out
Yep.
well. Yep. Let's move on to movie news.
Give us some movie news.
Movie
Yeah.
news.
You.
There's actually some new stuff at the moment because the writer strike, that's the one. The writer strike is they've come to an agreement for something or other. I don't know the full extent of it, and I still don't know it. But they've come to an agreement,
Okay.
and now things are starting to come out because like, there hasn't been heaps of big movies come out over the last while, but there's been a few.
Yeah, anything couldn't be discussed anyway.
Yeah, so now,
Like actors wouldn't promote stuff and
yeah, so
all that. So even if things were coming out, we sort of just went by the wayside for a little bit. But yes,
yes, so now
finally shit's being
now
worked out.
now they're coming
Totally
out.
agree.
So there are no heroes, only rebels in the full trailer for Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon Part One: A Child of Fire. I am very pumped for it. It looks very brown, like lots of it looks black and brown in the in
Brown,
yeah,
right?
like
I
he's
haven't seen the
gone
trailer yet, actually.
he's going for a real dark sort of post-apocalyptic gritty feel. You know how like
Okay.
Mad Max, not one but
Yeah,
two,
yeah,
like it's very brown because it's based in the desert, kind of like
yeah.
June is also very black and brown. So
I mean, look at Mad Max Fury Road.
yeah,
It's like 9/10ths desert. Actually, probably like 19/20ths desert. It's just the whole fucking thing. But it's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
There were other ways of doing visuals.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm keen
I'm
for it though.
I'm not excited for it, but like I'm curious to know what it is and what it ends up being because a lot of us talk about it. So
Yeah,
and if it's something new, I'll be very excited. And if it's the same old shit but just in different skin, I'm not gonna care. But we'll see,
Okay.
dude.
Yeah. Well, there is Damsel to get you through. Millie Bobby Brown faces a dragon. Dun, dun, dun. There's a new trailer out for that. Look, I liked her in Stranger
Damsel.
Things. Yeah, Damsel.
Oh, I got so
Damsel.
sick of her.
Did you? Well, I thought they did pretty well. I quite enjoyed season 4. Felt like 2 was the
I
weakest.
got bored of it.
One
I
was
started watching like when I got into it, I started watching interviews,
okay.
and then I just hated Millie Bobby Brown so much, so I ended up hating 11. So
Okay. Yeah, right.
it sort of ruined the show a little bit for me.
Right.
Damsel.
She also
Okay.
made the news with her there was a advert she was in with a carrot and she got compared to Wallace and Gromit, where he's like got the carrot and he's like yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She became a meme from that advert of her eating a carrot or a skit or whatever it
Oh,
was.
okay.
Yeah. It was kind of funny.
Whatever.
Um
That's more people dumb.
mm, mm. Well, Darren Arnowski to adapt Elon Musk biopic for A24. So Elon Musk,
Oh, right.
I feel like he would have a pretty interesting story. Have you seen his like
I'm not gonna believe anything that comes out because it's gonna be so fabricated. Like unless he manages to, as in the creator, manages to do it in a way that has zero influence or guidance from Elon Musk himself. Otherwise, it's going to be scripted, more or less, and the story that they want to tell rather than the story that's actually true.
mm, mm,
Conspiracy
okay,
stuff,
okay. I feel like
I guess.
he'd be interesting because I find him a very unique man.
Yeah, it depends. All I'm saying is it depends if it's the truth.
Yeah,
We'll see.
okay. Yeah, we'll see. Well, Deadpool 3 to resume shooting soon. So Ryan Reynolds introduces Dogpool as well. So that'll
What
be interesting.
dog pool?
Dogpool, yeah, he gets a dog.
I'm guessing it's a pet. Okay,
Yep, yep.
cool. Eventually, there's a joke about its balls or the dog humps something.
100%. Oh,
Yeah,
I'd be upset if there wasn't.
the dog will bite a bad guy's testicles, and Deadpool will make a funny joke about being bit on the balls.
Yep.
Lucky mine grow back or some shit. It's
I'm laughing
all
already.
right. Oh, yeah, hysterical.
Yeah.
It basically writes itself at this point.
And Inside Out 2 has a new teaser and it brings new
All right.
emotions. So the person that it followed, unpopular opinion, I thought Inside Out was overrated. I didn't like it.
Oh yeah, I
Didn't
didn't
like
love
it.
it.
No, no,
It's full of plot conveniences and dumb little things.
not a
That
fan.
because movie.
So
Yeah,
not a fan. I was like, but
not
now
me
they've got
either.
like anxiety and a few other things in there. So
Sure.
yeah,
Whatever. I appreciate what they're trying to do. It's at least it's something relatively fresh. It's not a new thing. They borrowed a lot of ideas from other concepts, but at
yeah,
least it's not the same old bullshit. Like some credit, I suppose.
yeah. Uh, Three other big news items. There is, oh no, four. There's a new Ghostbusters Frozen Empire trailer is out now. So this is the old and the new generation
Okay.
join forces in New York. So they're trying to recover the
Awesome.
the abysmal Ghostbuster films that came out. One was
Why?
better than the other, but
But doesn't they
it
need
was
to
bad.
recover?
Well, because they released two and they were pretty
Whatever.
average. Yep. Mean
Yeah,
Girls.
but they just stop releasing them altogether. The Mean Girls. I've
Yeah.
seen all these comparisons
Yeah.
and like little scenes that they're like literally ripped off of them. It looks terrible.
I don't know. I feel like it'll be hopefully still fun.
No,
Hopefully.
it's latching off the
All right.
coattails of all the funny jokes
Of
that were in
course
the
it is.
original. It's just gonna feel like a dumbed down version of the original, and it's gonna make you want to rewatch the original rather than enjoying it as a separate movie. Again, why does it need to exist? It doesn't need to exist. No one's asked for a Mean Girls 2 with them as parents.
I don't know. I would watch that.
No,
It's not
I'm
actually
mad
all of
about it.
them. Okay. I can tell. I can tell.
It's most of them.
Yeah. Just not all of them. I'm not a
Who else? Who's not in it?
I'm not a regular mum. I'm a cool mum. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the full details. I just saw the trailer and I was like, yeah, I'll watch that.
Right. I've seen a lot of details and it looks like trash.
Okay.
And I'm a
Okay.
big fan of the original.
Right.
Like it's in my top 10.
Okay.
And this
Cool.
doesn't need to exist.
Well, something else that you really, really love is the Legend of Zelda is getting
Oh,
a
yep.
film adaptation, which is confirmed by Nintendo with Wes Ball
Yep.
is directing. And I
I know
will
who that
not be,
is.
I don't know, I will not be surprised if Tom Holland is Link.
I'd be mad.
Have you seen all before they even announced it, like all the Tom Holland as like every character in Zelda?
There were,
Yeah,
yes, there were jokes. I think even Zelda played into them themselves. Like Nintendo released some stuff making jokes about it as well.
100% that he'll be the Wes Ball did
No,
the Maze Runner films. You remember them?
also don't care. I know of them.
Yeah,
I know there were books first. That's
yeah, they
about all
were.
I know.
There was
People
there's
say
a
they're good, but most people that say they're good are like 13-year-old kids that have no good opinions.
so
So I don't know.
he's had 10 directing um pieces. So he's got
Cool,
he's doing Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes as well.
cool.
Yeah.
The fourth movie no one cares about.
Oh, jeez, why are you so mad? Why are you so mad?
You give me bad news that like just piss me off.
And another one. Are you ready for an actual Barbieheimer film? They're actually going to
A
make a
what?
Barbieheimer. You know how Barbie and Oppenheimer came out? They're actually
Oh,
going
an
to meld them
Oppenheimer.
together
Oh,
and make an actual film.
who is?
The studios,
Like, is this made by some guys in their backyard, or is this made by like
uh,
who's making this?
after summer costumes, memes, someone decides to make an actual Barbieheimer movie. In this case, that someone is B movie Mongol Charles Brand, who has figured out how to mash up the films. So he's made a cut that has put it all together. So
Oh, it's a cut of the two movies that
yeah,
make one movie.
and
Okay, that's
his
very different
tagline.
to them making an actual film.
Well, he did make a film. He's got D
Okay,
cup, A bomb, Barbieheimer exploding soon. I have no idea how this will
don't
go.
know.
Like
Okay,
the story would have to be super loose to be able to get this somehow coherent. Like I don't know.
D cup A bomb.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm looking at this too.
Yeah. So I don't know. I
It's set
don't
to
know.
drop on Amazon Prime,
Really? It's getting an Amazon Prime release.
supposedly.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Interesting. I don't know how he'd get away with that. Like, did he get permission to use the films and mash it up? Like, surely there's copyright laws or something in there.
They're filming. I don't understand what this is exactly.
No, I don't know.
All right, I
It's.
guess we'll find out.
I guess we'll have a look at one sometime.
It's meant to come out at the end of this year, so
Mm,
hopefully we hear about it.
hopefully, hopefully. But let's move
One thing
on.
that I quickly
Oh,
want to throw out, sorry,
mm.
one piece of news I saw, the first like proper teaser trailer for the new Last Airbender series is out,
Right.
and it
I for,
actually looks pretty sick.
I forgot that was a thing, especially
Yeah,
after
it's soon,
I enjoyed the actual animation. I thought that was really good.
of course. We
But
didn't, yeah.
the what's it called? The M Night
We don't talk about
Shyamalan.
M Nights. No, we don't, no, didn't
Yep.
exist. We don't talk about it. It's like the Dragon Ball movie. We don't talk about it.
I actually rewatched that within this year.
Mm.
And like it
My
wasn't
condolences.
it wasn't good. But I just sat there, it was like mind numbing. My son enjoyed it.
It doesn't feel.
Oh, it's got
Does he make?
absolutely it's got nothing to do with Dragon Ball at all,
No,
besides the
no,
names of people. Like that's
literally.
that's that's it. That's all it has. It's
Yeah.
it's
We
pretty
don't
bad.
talk about that. That it doesn't exist. It doesn't affect my opinion on the original.
Okay.
But
Okay.
this is like made by because originally people making this were a bunch of YouTubers, and
Mm.
then they got hired by Nickelodeon Studios to make it into an actual like big budget thing. So it's made by people who are passionate about the project before they were given money. It's from what I understand, a labor of love. So
Okay.
I really, really, really hope it is decent because if it isn't, then the whole franchise will die in the ass. That's
Right.
okay. Like you said, the original anime is so perfect that
Aren't
it's fine
they
regardless.
aren't they expanding it? Isn't there new ones coming out? There's new like spin-offs because there was Legend of Korra, and then there aren't isn't the mean sister of the burn face bloke. I can't remember his name. She's
Oh
getting
yeah,
she's getting her story, and someone else is.
Facebook. Yes, I've heard about hers. I'm not sure if that's any relation. Yeah, but maybe it's Nintendo's, Jesus, Nickelodeon's like marketing. They're trying to like, yeah, do this, release that, make it all sort of work out. People
And
can
there
start
was
talking about it again.
the first Avatar was getting a story as well, like an origin story. I did see that as well.
Oh, sure. Was that just comic or was it actually coming out?
I don't know if it was comic or not. I just saw
Okay,
Avatar
I'll
and I
look
was
into
like,
this stuff some more.
yeah, they were saying there was further stories coming out. So I don't know. It is what it is. But
Point
it's
is, new anime. It's gonna be sick. I know new anime,
mm,
live action TV show.
okay.
Next month, it's gonna be great. Let's
It's
move on.
also not anime. It doesn't come from Japan.
Yeah, the
Or
original.
yeah,
I'm aware.
yeah.
I'm aware.
Okay.
I shouldn't have said anime, but it's fine.
Let's jump into our first item on today's list, which is another Netflix special, but it is all Netflix. It is Blue Eye Samurai. He's only got one eye. Well, she's only got one eye because you only got one blue eye. Blue eye should be blue-eyed. Blue-eyed. Blue eye.
No,
Blue eye
it's
samurai.
okay. Sure, I'm not. I really don't have the patience to argue with you.
Yeah. So this is
Yes,
driven.
sure.
Yep.
One
So
eye.
this is kind of like this plot point is kind of like your feelings right now. Driven by a dream of revenge against those who made her an outcast in Edo period Japan, a young warrior cuts a bloody path towards her destiny. I feel like you're fueled with revenge and anger.
Revenge. I have no
Mm,
revenge in me.
mm,
No,
mm, mm.
never. Never
No,
angry. Always
never
calm.
angry.
Nah, it's not my nature.
You're right. You're right. Oh, well, this is telling the story based in Edo, period in Japan, where Japan closes off its borders and there was no outside interactions at all in Japan, where pretty much most of people in Japan did not see any like foreigners or anyone with white skin
Yeah.
until very, very later. And anyone that was deemed to be not Japanese or different or mixed blood was seen to be like lower than a human. And
Yes. They're
this,
like demons,
yeah,
monsters.
yeah.
Hmm.
So there are some white men that are still having some interaction because people are greedy and that's what they're doing. But this follows our main protagonist, which is me. Is it Mizu? Pretty sure it was Mizu.
Yep.
Yep. So Mizu is a half white and half Japanese. It's never said. It's just deemed as her father was a white man, one of the white men, because she's
Yep. One of the four white men in Japan.
yeah. So her mother was I can't remember what was the mother. I forgot what it was because I watched this earlier on.
What do you mean what it was? Mother was Japanese.
The mother was
Um,
Japanese, but what like her profession, she gets
how much have you
referred.
watched?
I've seen the first three, so
Okay.
yeah, I
Um,
haven't gone further. I feel like you've seen it all.
I've watched it all when I've rewatched the first three again.
Yeah, geez, all right.
So I've seen the first three twice. I'm obsessed, man. I have so much to talk about. It's like, anyway. Yeah, the mother. I don't think it said what she does.
because she was referred
is
to
just
as a whore, as they put it, and that they
yes.
had to they got banished from wherever they were. She was pregnant. She ran away because she needed to protect her child. Her child, if she ever got
Yep.
saw by the rest of the town or anyone else in Japan, they would kill her. And they're
Yep.
like living in this hut. She's not allowed to go outside. And then she does get discovered because curiosity kills the cat. Pretty much, she goes out, has the interactions with the kids in the town. The hut gets burnt, and then we learn that she has to go to survive, and develops how to create blades. So she gets taken in by a, a blacksmith or a katana. Well, I don't know what they're called in Japan. Are they called blacksmiths? Are they called sword makers, swordsmiths?
Uh, swordsmiths, sword masters, even.
Yeah. So she gets taken in. She learns how to craft blades and learns how to actually fight by training, and then off she goes on her quest for revenge. But
Revenge. Yep.
that's how it all kicks off. The visual art presentation, absolutely incredible. Like
Oh, it
the
is.
the landscapes, as you can see behind me, like look at that. That's in movie, well, in show,
Yep.
actual, like
Uh-huh.
in like from a shot. It's just
So many times.
it's absolutely incredible. Like the stylized violence as well. Sometimes animes like skimp out on fight scenes, and they struggle
Yep.
with like actual animating those fight scenes with all the intricate movements and like everything that's slicing. It's
Yep.
so stylish how it's going. Like the
So smooth.
contrast of colors, everything looks absolutely
Uh-huh.
incredible. Like you stare at it and you have your mouth open going, oh my god, this is a visual
It's a
spectacle.
masterpiece
Yeah.
visually. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's well, I was listening to some of the creators talk about, the whole process, and they really wanted every shot really. Their idea was that you could pause at any moment in the story and it looked like a high quality painting. Like that was what they were going for. And
Okay.
I think that's so accurate because you can, like you said, this picture behind you is just a random establishing shot. Like it's just here's a shot. We're in, I think it's when they're in Kyoto, and it just looks incredible. It's like straight away. Every shot is like that. And like you said, every fight scene is just gorgeous and the choreography is like so on point. It's that mix of 3D and 2D art, like it's 3D rendered and then it's 2D layered.
Yeah.
But it comes across like a 2D, doesn't feel shit. A lot of it is acted out by um actual swordsmen in like motion cap suits, and they use that to 3D animate, then 2D animate, and it's good.
Yeah.
It's visually already, it's like the only thing to talk about right now is visuals.
Mm.
It's stunning.
Yeah. So the first episode is all about Mizu and her traveling to like go get revenge. So we get to see her
Mm.
interacting with the world. We get to see
Mm.
her get a unexpected travel companion, and he feels like a comic
Yeah.
relief character, but like
Yeah.
he has more depth to him than just your standard like your characters in there for comic relief. Like he has a
Yep.
purpose, he has a desire for what he wants to be. Like he just wants to be useful. He's not
Hmm.
just like you stereotypical guy that's going along bumbling into the world. Like he has no hands, and like seeing him interact with the world with like no hands and like his little pop
Yep.
on chopsticks and stuff. Like
Yeah.
he's like really fun character, and you feel for him. You're like, he has a redeeming moment where he's like, he does
Hmm.
become super like useful, and he's like, I was like, yeah,
Yep.
go mate. I was happy as for him.
Yeah.
So like
It's real cute.
they've done
And
such a good job with like meshing the focus on visuals and the storytelling that actually is like
yep.
complementary to it, because you could have a really
Oh,
visually
definitely.
nice thing, but the story could be terrible. this is
Yep.
meshing really, really
No, you're not
well.
wrong.
The first episode,
Yeah.
I wasn't super sold on it. I was like, this is good. Like I'm enjoying it. It's visually impressive. It wasn't till end of it was like midway or end of episode 2 where Mizu has to fight a group of like highly skilled.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
what are they? What were they? They were like the assassins or like the claw or like the hand of whatever. Like
Uh,
they were sent
the
there to
fangs.
yeah, when she was
The
fighting the
fangs. They
fangs,
were.
that
Yeah.
was the first proper like fight scene. I
Oh,
thought,
I thought the fight scene where she's fucking up the guys at the Ryu Dojo in the first scene in the first episode, and she's
yeah,
like smacking their teeth into them, and all
yeah,
that.
true.
Like I thought that was pretty fucking like wow, look at
But
this shit
yeah,
go.
it was good. It was good. But this
But
fight
you're right.
scene, this fight scene was
Yep.
absolutely incredible. Like with the
Yep.
on the cliff face, they're fighting on the
Uh-huh.
cliff face. You've got the sun setting in the back. It was just
Yep.
everything about it, like the movements, like they also don't hold back on the gruesome like decapitations, the blood splatters.
No.
They don't
Yeah.
go into
To a degree, my
silhouettes.
partner couldn't watch it. She's like,
Oh right,
too much for me. Like, yeah, that's understandable.
yeah,
Especially the torture scene where what's his name? Tigan was being tortured in the beginning of episode 3.
yeah.
Was episode 4? I can't remember now. Oh no, episode 4. My bad. Sorry. You see what happened in episode 3 anyway. You see him in the barrel, so you know what's
Yep,
going to happen.
yep.
Um. So yeah, sorry. I want to quickly go back to your point you're saying about like the fight scenes and shit. Like again, I heard that so much thought, right? In that first fight scene, they wanted all the experiences that the people were feeling in the fight to be like relatable experiences, or they're having people like have their teeth ripped out, have teeth come back people's heads, have eyes poked out, broken bones. Like rather than that being sliced by katanas, they wanted everything to feel very real for the audience. Fucking, I appreciate the hell out of that. And you mentioned before about the storytelling. Sorry, you mentioned three points and you sort of kept going. The storytelling is like you said, it complements it so beautifully. It is so perfectly written. The character of Mizu is like at times she's an anti-hero because I've obviously watched the whole first season. At times there are moments where she does questionable things where you don't really agree with her decision making, but you can sort of see why she's the way she is because and as the story goes on, you learn so much more about the character and her behavior is very justified. I just yeah, I love the character of Misu so much. Like she is so like it's hard not to talk about without spoiling, but she becomes so powerful in
Okay.
this, and I love her. Like there aren't many characters I like as much as Misu in this.
Yeah, right. I like it because they've given her like obviously she wants to revenge and kill the four white
Mm-hmm.
men in Japan. And that's fine. Like I like a simple revenge story that off they go and they kill
Yes, of
everybody in
course.
their past. But this is
Yeah.
like I like that it's not your standard. Like she has a rival, she has a rivalry. She took the
Mm-hmm.
honor of I can't remember his name, but she cut her the top knot off for the samurai, and that's like a
Bygone.
symbol of honor and prestige. Is the old
Mm-hmm.
warrior's top knot? Just like
Yeah.
clean sliced it, and he's like doesn't want to help her, but like is also I need to be able to get my honor back. Like there's
Yeah.
that dynamic, and just all the it's not just I rock up to a place, I kill everybody. It was like how do we get in to be able to deal with the white man, and she has to like they came up with a plan. They have to get into a barrel. It turns out to be a trap, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
there's all these twists and turns. It's not just like a linear path to explosions
Oh
everywhere.
yes. Oh yes. And I can only say that having watched all of it, you've only seen at the beginning, you know what I mean? A character I didn't even give a shit about in the first few episodes was Princess Akemi.
Mm-hmm.
And by the end of the first season, you were like, there's so much you learn about her and there's so much to like about her. She's voiced by Macaulay Culkin's wife, um, who is that
Really?
the Asian girl from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Have you watched that crap?
Oh, I have seen that.
She's
Yeah.
one of the Disney girls.
Yeah,
Yeah, she was a
right.
Disney girl. She's married to Macaulay Culkin.
Really?
Hmm.
There you go. Macaulay
Yeah,
Culkin's turned
she's
his
great.
life around.
Yeah, he
Brenda
deserves good
Song.
things. I like that boy. Yes, that's her name. Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
Oh yeah, I know.
yeah. She's great in
Yeah,
this. Like a Kemi at the start, you think she's just a princess, but like her, like this story discusses a lot about like feminism and obviously like equal rights and stuff like that, especially in like shogunate Japan, the Edo period, where women were basically whores or married. Like that was there were two options in life, you know. And she's like, no, I'm a fucking princess. I deserve more than that. So she's great. She becomes so fucking cool. Have you met Baja Fowler yet? The Irish white man?
no,
Forget if he's in the first three episodes.
no, I don't think so.
The guy with red hair.
No,
I think you do see him that early.
might have,
Doesn't matter.
but if he was in it, it wasn't for long. It was because
He's great as well.
okay.
Even the bad guy, like you really end up liking because he's just a savage. But yeah.
That's that's the best kind of villain though. Is the ones you like. Yeah, you either like hate them or
Mhm.
you can understand why they're doing it. Like Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2,
Yeah,
incredible
yeah,
villain. Yep,
yeah. Fowler's just money hungry and whatever, but he's also like he's cool. Like he's fucking just dangerous. You know what I mean?
hmm
Like some Game of Thrones characters, like you don't like them, but you love their scenes because it's just like, oh fuck yeah, look at him go.
like what's his name in Game of Thrones? The Hound, the one that shot.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, I can't. Ramsey.
and
Ramsey.
but yeah, yeah, and fuck me, he's like one of my favorite characters. Who can't remember his name? Yeah, yeah, the Battle of the Bastards, him.
Yeah,
You know, you hate him, but like you love, like he's one of my favorite characters, but he's so dangerous and scary. Similar to how I feel about Abijah Fowler, the white man in this.
okay.
But yeah, dude, this like the writing is so good. Every character is like this, and so much of the show feels so adult. Like there's a lot of nudity, and there's a whole episode. I think episode 4 is set at this like house of pleasure, like prostitute's house, and you learn heaps about like the men and their sexual pleasures and all this stuff. Like this show tackles so many really heavy adult themes, and I think animation's the perfect way to explore all that. This
Yeah,
is better for it.
yeah. Well, I was a little bit when we saw it, and I was like, "Oh, first episode's like an hour. The next one's like what 40, 50 minutes or whatever it is."
Yeah,
I
like
was
that.
like,
Yep.
"Oh." I was like, "Oh, they're always a bit of a slog," but this didn't feel like a slug. I was like,
No.
I'm enjoying this." Like,
Yeah.
like those shows, like whatever that political one was, and it was like 40, 50 minutes to an hour. And that was like,
Diplomat.
yeah, that was a long 3 hours. This like flew
Yeah.
by. And I was like,
Hmm.
I need to do some other stuff. Otherwise, I'm going to fall behind and just watch this show.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I finished everything and I'm like, I don't want to stop. So I just watched all of it
yeah.
and didn't want to stop watching after watching all of it. So I started watching it again. I haven't
Yeah.
seen anything this good. Like I think I've said it a few times, but I haven't seen a TV show that has captured me the same way Blue Eye Samurai has. Almost since like Avatar Last Airbender. Like it
Yeah.
feels like that in a way, like an elevated, high level animation, high level of maturity. But like Last Airbender, all the characters have their weaknesses. You like them for their weaknesses, not in spite of. Um, Even the bad guys are awesome. And there's all moments in this where like they're not fighting and they just go off and enjoy a like a festival. One of the Ringo goes and does this like naked festival thing. It has nothing to do with Misu's story or the over like the big scary plot. It's just like a little side moment where characters get to have fun in their environment. And that again is like Last Airbender,
Yeah.
where
Right.
characters just stop, ignore the war, and go off and play with some chickens for an episode. Like I love that. And yeah, this is perfect. This is fucking 5 out of 5. This is the best show I've seen in a very, very long time, and it surprised the absolute shit out of me. I'm obsessed with it. I can't stop talking about it with my partner.
Yeah, nice.
Good.
Yeah, I think oh, it's a 4.8. 4.8.
What brings it down? I think you might
Just
change that if you watch more.
yeah, I might. I might. I'm very reluctant to ever give out a five. Five.
What holds it back?
Oh, things that hold it back. It was probably this slight slow start. Also, didn't really care about the a lot of the swordsmith stuff because he was just talking in questions, and I was like, "Stop just talking in questions." I'm sure there's a whole point to it, but I'm like, "Stop talking in questions. You're doing me in
Talking
here."
questions.
Yeah,
It would be nice if someone poured me some tea. It would be
yeah,
nice if someone kept time.
yeah. I couldn't stand it. I was like, "Just get to the point, bro. Let's go."
That's very much him. He's the Yoda, he's the whimsical old man who teaches her ways.
Yeah, but you're just asking
You like
questions,
him
mate.
more. But yeah,
Yeah,
I guess there's a bit of a slow start to it, especially when the first episode you're learning more about conflict and whatever. And
yeah,
but how cool is it? Then in that episode, you find out, oh, the reveal is that Tygan was that kid when he was fighting him, and then episode two, oh, that's that random sword guy that came is actually the head of the Fangs now. Like this show
yeah.
is really good at giving you little information that doesn't mean a whole lot, and then later on, like, bam, remember that shit? They do that all the way through, and it's so good.
All right, nice. Yeah, 4.8, 4.8. I'll
Okay.
revisit it. It's gonna be
All
that
right.
Arnold
Finish the
level.
first season and see if that your
See,
opinion changes. Because
see. I
I was
still
probably
think
about 4.5 after 3 episodes, but after watching the whole season, I'm
okay.
fucking
See, like
five,
I still
six,
feel like
10.
Fubar is like
Oh, you can fuck off. It's so ridiculous that your brain puts anything like this on the same level as fucking Fubar.
Fubar was so good. I had the
I
greatest
could
time.
not. I couldn't even finish it. Have you watched it more than once?
No, but I've seen it. I've seen it all, and I still
Oh
giggle at
my god.
moments.
No, I
Uh,
can't.
yeah.
I can't. Your brain is so differently wired to mine. It's phenomenal.
Look, I think my brain's very different than most people.
Well,
So
most people don't like Fubar.
Fubar's so good.
it's it's all the boxes. Like I said
Uh,
when we reviewed it, like it's literally the Ryman TV show. If
oh
any show
mate.
was made for you, it's that.
Oh, I love it so much.
Oh,
Oh,
well, that's good. You're
I
allowed to.
want to watch it again. I'm gonna watch it now.
It's re-review it.
Yeah,
We
let's
got
do
9 minutes. Go watch half an episode
it. We can do a live react. Just sit there
of us watching Fubar.
and you like
Me
cringing,
just bored rolling my eyes, and you're like, "Fucking yeah, look at this shit! Yeah, oh,
just
yes,
giggle,
it's so good. Oh, it's
just
that. It's so good."
just been giggling the whole time. Uh,
Fuck. Let's move on.
all right, let's move on to our other sword swinging anime, which is
Mm-hmm.
Onimusha, which is based off the games which in
Oni.
what?
Do you want to help with that? Or happy to just pronounce it. Whatever.
No, you should probably say the right name.
Onimusha. Oni.
Onimusha.
Yeah, good enough.
Onimusha. Onimusha. So this is Onimusha, which is based off the PS2 games.
Yep.
I've never actually played them, but apparently
Me either.
people really love them, and I'm assuming that's why it probably got a little bit of a adaptation. So I don't know. Apparently they were good. So this
Yep.
is with the heart of a warrior, a legendary swordsman wields an ancient demonic weapon, but with every soul he takes, the more darkness consumes him. Do, do, do. Like
Yep.
it's very ominous. for where it's about to go. So this is our main character is Musashi, which is a very famous samurai in Japan. There's like lots of legends about him. It's really cool. I really like the story of Musashi. It's I used to have a jumper, so when we did an exchange to Japan, I got a Musashi jumper, and it said Musashi there, and it had a swordsman on the
Well, that
back.
is cool.
Mm,
Okay.
mm. I liked it. It was one of my favorite jumpers. As you know, I like to wear the same
Is
things a lot. But
Yes, you do.
mm,
Is Masashi also the main character in the games?
I don't know. I have no idea. I never
Okay.
played the games. I don't think so,
Okay.
because afterwards, when I looked up some reviews, they were like Musashi was an interesting choice to go in it.
Okay.
So this is another alternate history that came out in late 2023, unlike Blue Samurai. However, Omnisha, yeah. So no, I'm gonna say no. I feel like it's not.
Okay.
I feel like it's not. I'll double
Then that
check
is an
that.
interesting choice. Yeah.
But this is obviously our main samurai. He's off on a mission, and he wants to, kill some demons.
Sure
This,
does.
yeah, this. I feel like the story is there's not much of a story going on.
Nope.
I feel like later
Nope.
on there might be, but like I watched this first, and then I went into Blue Eye Samurai. So I was sitting here for 3 episodes. They're your standard 30 minutes a piece, and
Yeah.
you're introduced to Masashi. I thought Masashi as a character was reasonably interesting. Like he wasn't just your standard stereotypical. Like at least he had a little bit of difference to him. But everybody else pretty
Mm.
much sucked. I felt like. So I
I
had
thought he
Miss.
was very stereotypical,
Oh,
personally. He was
okay.
the badass, the cool guy,
Yeah,
the unwavered.
yeah, I guess. But he's like the legendary samurai. Like he has to be that to fit
He
into
does
the
have to be
bill.
that, but it doesn't yeah, but it also doesn't make it any less repetitious.
Okay.
Still the same character we've
Okay.
seen before.
Okay. Well, he's out there. He wants to kill demons. He goes to this monastery, which I don't think they ever said the name, but he has to fight these people, and like it's an okay fight scene, but just like when you compare it to Blue Eye Samurai, it's got nothing on it. The
Yes.
fight scene, like it was fine. It was fun. You'd watch this and you'd go
Yeah.
like, it's fine. It's reasonably well done. It's just not to that next
Yes.
level.
It's
But
more reminiscent of just generic anime.
yeah. So he comes in, he beats him up, and then he's like, I want the item and I can borrow the item. So he borrows the item, which is, I'm assuming that's the Onimusha, whatever
That's
it's.
the wrist thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he
That's what's in
gets,
the box.
yeah. What's in the box today is Onimusha. That's the ad for, for
That's
the
the
thing.
ad for the Onimusha.
Yeah.
Hey kids, you wanna get out? Those fucking screaming men ads.
He's like, hey guys, I'm here to borrow it.
Can get the new Onimusha.
Yeah. So
Well,
he,
he does
he
borrow it.
He does. He's got it for a certain time. He gets his
Yeah.
a monk that needs to follow him, and he pretty much is just there to carry the box. Like it's so weird why he's
Yeah.
there. I don't understand what
Yep.
plot point he's having, but
Not
they
much
have
yet.
yeah. So he borrows the wrist thing, and the whole counterbalance is when he uses it, it starts to corrupt him and it starts to feed him darkness. So he has like some voices in his head and stuff. I feel like there'll be an internal battle to go further on. It just
I'm not gonna know.
no, there was no hook. Like the
No.
demons looked okay. Again, they were just like your stereotypical demons. There was nothing like there's
Yeah.
not it was just this was okay. It's just everything
Yeah.
about it was okay. Like there was a few death scenes that were kind of cool where the bloke was a falconeer, where he was just like started whistling and he's like, I didn't know your falcons
Yeah.
could do that. I was like the birds look cool flying in, ripping things off, but I was like,
Sure.
where did that come from? Like I didn't
Hmm.
understand that he had birds at all. I was like, what? It was confusing.
Yeah, I don't understand a lot because it wasn't engaging enough to make me want to care about because the whole first episode is either exposition through just characters talking and telling us what we need to know. And we're being introduced like six characters at once, and they're all telling us different information, and I have no context on anything. It felt like the first 2 hours of Starfield, just information drop. And then we get a call action scene. And by then I've already checked out and stopped caring about what's happening. That I can't just get sucked in and give a shit about what is a pretty interesting fight. It's literally just a visual spectacle by then. I have
Yeah.
no stakes in it. And they feel invincible. Like the whole time watching Misu, I want to keep drawing comparisons because it's one samurai show the next. The whole time watching Misu, you watch her get stabbed and hurt and struggle and like and nearly die multiple times as throughout the whole first season anyway. She feels vulnerable and you fear for her life because of that, and that helps so much in the fight scenes. In this, he was just a fucking badass, and every scene had no stakes to it. It was just cool action for the sake of cool action.
Yeah. Yeah. It never got out of like second gear.
No,
Like, it was visually okay. Just wasn't breathtaking like Blue Eye Samurai.
breathtaking,
Breathtaking. Breath?
not breathtaking.
Could be both.
Breathtaking. That's a new one for you. I haven't heard that one before.
Who knows?
What's on your mind?
Well,
Breathtaking. Jesus
breast.
Christ.
Yeah, it is what it is. So
Yeah.
yeah. Like it's just
Yeah, it's not breathtaking.
no, it is
It's not
not.
breathtaking either.
It's not even you beat me to that one.
Fucking hell.
But
Uh, yeah, it's very,
uh,
very bland.
yeah,
It's not offensive and it's not terrible. It's just nothing exciting.
they did try and go for this weird sort of like kind of cell shading. Like there was, it never quite got to that point where it was fully
You
into it. Like
reckon?
they, you don't reckon they tried to do cell shading? Like it was
I
confusing
don't think
some of
the
the art style.
animation style was trying to do anything. I think it was just that weird 3D, 2D that looks.
I thought it swapped
Uh,
between it. When I was like looking at it, there was moments where it felt your standard 2D kind of anime, and then all of a sudden when they went to like some visual set piece, like when they was had a face off or whatever, it went to like the cell shading 3D. Like I was just
yeah, looking at it, there are definitely moments where it's almost, yeah, you're not wrong. Cell shading isn't far from how I describe it.
yeah, like I don't know. The just art choices were odd for where they were
Yeah.
going.
And
Like,
having watched, because I watched the first three of Blue Eye, and then I watched the first three of this. And the whole time watching this, I'm like, I just want to watch Blue Eye. Like this is nowhere near as entertaining.
no,
Poor Thing is going to be directly compared because they both came out very similar. This
yeah,
isn't bad. It's just when you've got Blue Eye to watch instead, why the fuck would you bother with this? Unless you're connected to the original IP. I think that's the difference. If you like Onimusha and played it, sorry, Onimusha and played it growing up, and you're connected to the IP, you're probably gonna love this shit. But for me, I'm like, I don't fucking care about any of this or any of the story, any of these characters.
no. So I don't know. I might put it on while I'm doing something, like I don't know,
Yeah.
cooking something or whatever, if I didn't have anything else to do. But like, I wouldn't recommend it. I'd be like,
No.
if someone said, "Oh, I really like these games or whatever," I'd be like, "Yeah, here's an anime. Like
Watch Blue Eye.
it's okay." Yeah, but
I'd
if
say
you
watch Blue Eye. You seen Blue Eye? Oh yeah, yeah, go watch Onimusha. I'm not gonna like it as much, but you might as well go watch it.
no, but if you had someone that was like, "Oh, my favorite game franchises is Onimusha," you'd be like, "Well, I know an
Go
anime."
watch Blue Eye. I'd literally tell them, "Oh wow, you're gonna love Blue Eye."
Okay, okay, yeah,
If
right,
anyone mentions anything, if anyone mentions Ghost of Tsushima to me, I'm gonna say go watch Blue Eye. If someone mentions Sekiro, I'm gonna say go watch Blue Eye. Anything anyone mentions of samurais ever again, I'm gonna tell them to go watch Blue Eye. Not watch this. I don't care if they could mention Onimusha, and I would say to them, go watch Blue Eye.
yeah, yeah, sure, sure. We can guess what Your favorite is. So
Well,
apparently he gets the glove for 33 days. That's a weird number. Why 33?
because that was the thing. It was like you got it for 3 days for every man that you defeated in combat, and he defeated 11. And there's like, all right, here's 33 days, and I was like, why? Why is that
So-
the rule?
It's so
I don't
weird.
know. Yeah, it lost me from the beginning because that is so cooked, and like that's how it starts. And all of a
Yeah.
sudden, we're meeting five different characters, and then there's a twist at the end of the first episode that two of them are liars, and you're like, I don't know who these people are. I don't care about them
Yeah.
being liars. Like,
It was because they were demons for whatever reason.
yeah,
They were just planted in there. I don't even know why the demons are there. Like, what's the demons' goal? Like, why'd they
it's
come in?
similar to Castlevania, how there's like a lord, demon lord, sort of, and they're possessing people, and they want darkness over the land,
Yeah, but like
and to
Castlevania, you actually got like a reason that they were there. Like, you got a glimpse of the big bad. I feel like we didn't get a glimpse of the big bad, and this was just like,
you met him in the first episode.
did
Big
we?
Bad was possessing one of the guys, and Big Bad spoke to
Yeah, but
main bloke.
I want to see it. I don't want
Yeah,
him
I know,
to
I
like
know.
channel through. Where like Castlevania, we got glimpses of the big vampire,
Desire. Yeah.
yeah, coming in, and that was like, okay, there's a really big, strong person coming in.
Yeah.
You have to deal with these. Like, I got a visual representation of what was coming. This was just
Yeah, I
like,
get that.
I'm a demon. I'm really strong, channeling through. Like, I don't
Yes.
care. So, like,
And
you
this
can
has so much power creep already, I can tell. Every
like,
episode it's gonna be like a little stronger, a little stronger, a little stronger.
yeah, like yelling at me on the telephone. I don't care. It's not the same. I can't see you.
I can't see you yelling me over a telephone.
Yeah.
No, it's like Bakura in not Bakura. What's his name? The Malik in Yu-Gi-Oh, who like has the Millennium Rod and
Oh
like
yeah.
possesses people and speaks through them and stuff. That's this shit.
Again, not intimidated by that.
No, that's
No,
fair.
no,
Didn't work. It didn't work back then. It doesn't work for this.
no. So look,
Yeah, not a fan.
I don't have heaps to say on this one. It's just
No, we're done.
it's nowhere near as good. If you're gonna
No,
watch a samurai anime, go watch Blue Eye.
Fly. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Unless you're a
Um,
fan of the franchise, I don't know that you're gonna get super much from this. Like, it's okay.
even
It's just
then, I'd love to know if you're a fan and you're listening to this by any off chance. Doubtful, but if you are, please tell us what you thought because we're speculating here if it's enjoyable or not for you. Because for us, it wasn't. But I'd love to hear if what you thought of it being a fan.
the
Please.
IMDb reviews are pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Well, they got 7.7 is the lowest.
Okay.
So like seven's
Speaking of
reasonable.
numbers, what are you giving it?
It's like a two. It's just I wouldn't
Yeah.
recommend it. I just wouldn't recommend it. Like, it was okay. I wouldn't be like, check it out unless you're a fan of the franchise.
And then watch Blue Eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 1.5 for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Okay. I
nothing.
didn't
Sorry,
hate
not
it. I just
no,
didn't
exactly. I didn't give a shit.
know. It's
As
just
soon as
not.
I finished 3 episodes, I'd happily switch it off and put on Blue Eye episode 4.
Yeah. I was like, all right, cool.
Episode 5 of Blue Eye is just such a poetic fucking masterpiece. It's got like 4 stories happening at once, and it's all about like you learn so much about Misha and all these things about her. And oh, dude, episode 5,
I'll make no guarantees that I'll get episode 5 by next
you
week.
have to.
Probably won't.
Maybe by
I'll
next week, but in general, you have to. You're missing out. You're
try.
doing yourself a disservice.
I'll try. Oh, look, I plan on doing it. I plan on it. All right, let's move on to our last piece, which
Yeah.
I believe this was your pick.
Yes.
Yes. Do you want the honors of this one?
Sure. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Mm.
This is David. Jesus, I almost said David Fisher. It's Fincher, right?
Ain't you?
This is David Fincher's newest film. Seven is one of my favorite films of all time. It's in my top 4 list on IMDb. and Fight Club's up there as well, and he's did both of them. Um, this is after a fateful near miss, an assassin battles his employers and himself on an international manhunt he insists isn't personal. This story follows the killer. Um, just like there's a lot to me. I'm gonna compare this to Drive a lot. You've seen Drive, the Ryan Gosling film, 2011.
Mhm. Look, I have seen it. I was struggling to recall any of it though.
That's fine. To me, there's a lot of comparisons between that and this,
Okay,
and like the way.
I compared this to two very different films in that.
Go on.
You go, you go.
Sure. Okay. So, just like the story of Drive, we get this main character who doesn't have a name, and most characters in the story don't have a name. They serve a purpose in the story. As the story begins, most of the story, by the way, is told completely through narration. Michael Fassbender narrating his character's inner thoughts the whole way through, more or less. I'm struggling to think back or not, but I think he's in every single scene of this movie, and the entire scene is told. Most of the scenes are told through narration and inner dialogue, and
I would
I
say
think that's really really cool.
he's in like 98%. There are a couple of
What scene is he
scenes
not in?
like he enters in, but he doesn't start in scene.
Okay, but he's still in every scene. I think is what I'm sort of getting at. But
Like,
yeah,
I guess
he's not
so.
in every shot, but he's in every scene. Anyway, so it follows this assassin who, in the beginning, we hear is very meticulous, is very expensive. He, is expensive because he's perfect. Like he plans everything. Everything's routine. He's a lot like Jay Ryman. And as he goes through the story, he takes his shot on this target and he shoots a prostitute. And like the entire rest of the movie is the consequences of that action. So he goes back to his beloved in the forest after like this cat and mouse in an airport. She has been hospitalized, attacked by two men. And this movie is, I hate to make the comparison, but it's similar to like Taken, where it's a revenge story of, this person in my life has been wronged. I'm going to go out and right the wrongs. It becomes personal. So as the story goes out, it's kind of like, again, I'm going to make another comparison like V Vendetta, where over the course of the story, he is hunting down people who are responsible. And it's like some are like full on fight scenes and some are just slow, like, have a lot of chatting and then they shoots her in the head or whatever. And it's just this person hunting down people who have hurt his wife or his partner or whatever she is to him. And as the story goes, he's continuously repeating this sort of like a mantra and sort of like the rules of being a good assassin is things like don't make tell you things personally, only do what you're paid for. Um, don't have any empathy, all these rules. And the way the story is written is in a romance way, as he realizes there are more important things in his life than his assassin job, he breaks every single rule that he announces. And we watch his character as he meets the different people, he's breaking different rules based on the person interacting. There's a lot of like meta layers to it as well. Well written, really fucking cool. Doesn't end great. I want to hear where you're at.
Okay. Look, I couldn't help make the comparisons to John Wick. I felt
Of
this
course.
was very, very John Wick.
Yep.
Also a little bit James Bond. I felt like
Yep.
he had a bit of James Bond happening with him in there.
Mm-hmm. In his
Also,
composure.
yeah.
Yeah.
And also you said Taken as well. So they were the main ones that I was like,
Mm-hmm.
this feels very like it. I
Yeah.
felt like he
Definitely
was
John Wick.
I didn't like him. Like
Okay.
I didn't I didn't find him like likable. I don't know
Yep.
why. I just didn't. I really liked the different take of like seeing what it is to be like an assassin. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
think any other film has really shown like the ins and outs of like where I guess assassins are always glorified. It was like taking the shot, getting the target. Where he's like,
Yep.
the introduction to the film is like, if you like, I don't know, excitement or doing stuff, this is not the job for you. And like
Hmm.
he's just sitting there, he's sitting there
Yep.
for ages, just like waiting,
Hmm.
waiting. And there was,
Patience.
which was a cool take. I got over that as the film went on. Like I
Okay.
felt like there was a number of scenes that were a bit long. Like they
Okay.
were long, like showing him like traveling. I thought the sequences and the editing for him like traveling were really clever, and like really cool cuts, transitions, swapping to show him like traveling to different locations, how far he's going. But then as it like started to unravel, you're seeing like longer cuts of him like sleeping on a plane, like having a shower. Like I was like, all right, let's we could probably move on a little bit quicker than this.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Like, I don't know, where John Wick, I find John Wick like likable. I was like, you killed his dog.
Yeah.
You go get him. Like I was like rooting for John Wick. Where this
That's
guy,
intentional.
yeah, like this guy, I was like,
But
cool.
he's not even named. You're not really meant to side with him. It's more about his journey at the end of his career. Like he starts the movie as the killer.
Yeah,
And by the end of the movie, he doesn't even kill the main person he's been hunting. Like he has a total change of persona from beginning to end. And I'm not sure it's about siding with him or liking him. I think it's just about like watching this journey and this person change within 2 hours.
yeah, but I want to root for the person.
I know you do.
I also
Yeah.
I didn't care about the people. Like there was no like pre-established connection between him and
No.
his beloved. And I was like,
No.
okay, cool. I'm just gonna watch you like transition from place to place, and then either have a like a really well choreographed fight scene. The fight scenes were good. There was that really
Yeah.
big fight scene in the apartment, or I can't remember exactly where it was. I feel like it was the
Yeah, with the
apartment.
other big brute guy, the fight to the death, which is one of the better fight to deaths I've seen because it felt like they were putting everything on the line, like they
Yeah,
were throwing their body at each other to try and be the last man standing.
yeah. Like it wasn't a stylized fight. It was like
No,
brutal. Like it was
it was.
any means
Hmm.
wins. So like
Which again remind me a little bit of Drive because Drive goes from these really quiet, like subtle moments with characters. There's a scene in Drive where um the two main characters are looking at each other in a kitchen. They're just staring at each other for like a minute and a half. And it's often talked about as one of those controversial scenes where nothing happens, but so much happens between the characters. But then later in the movie, there is a person blowing people's heads with a shotgun in a bathroom. And those moments are like, what the fuck is happening? Because they're so brutish compared to the subtleness of the other scenes. And that I think is what makes them powerful and why movies like this are talked about long after. And movies like what they're talking about, the other one I mentioned, Drive, talked about for years after because there is impactful moments.
okay. Look, I
So
just felt like there was something missing in this film. Like I don't know what it
okay.
was. I just felt like
Yeah.
it needed something. I don't know what it was. I don't know. Like I don't know. Like it felt like something was missing. Like
I,
I really like Fight Club.
yeah.
Drive. From memory, I did enjoy it, but this I'm just like it wasn't bad, but it just
Yeah,
wasn't.
look, I think where this may have felt sour, especially for someone like you who likes the action sort of the general 3 act structure of an action film, this rose and rose and rose, and then he finally gets the last person he needs to kill, and he talks to him and realizes this man has nothing to do with his wife's, pain she went through. That he is just a cog in the wheel, and his death means nothing, and he just walks away. He just walks away from the guy he's been hunting The main guy's been hunting the entire film. It'd be like a Blue Eye Samurai if he finally reaches their first white man, and she's like, "Nah, don't worry about it." Like it didn't feel like that. It had that payoff we were expecting, but again, it was
Yeah,
about the character's journey. So
I
I
guess.
like that about it. But
But
I know what you
also,
mean.
but also like each of the like targets that he does kill, I'm like, I don't care that you're gas bagging. So like when he was with the expert, where he was sitting down, and she was
Oh,
just,
Tilda Swinton,
yeah,
love that
she,
scene.
like, really, she just kept talking. I was
Yeah,
like, I have no idea what you're referencing here. I'm,
she's telling a this long ass story, and it perfectly related to his life.
oh, the
And
story.
like,
I was so lost. Like, I was like,
oh,
what
of
are
course she
you?
would be because it's not literal.
I was like, what are you on about? And like the
It's
guys
quite
that,
poetic.
yeah, that's the whole point. I was like, oh my god, just shoot her already.
No,
It
I
took
love that
so
scene.
long, and like I didn't understand why was she like, oh, can you get some was it whiskey or whatever? I was like, why are you getting a drink here? Like I know it's like your last drink, but like, what's this?
Exactly.
What's she symbolizing here? And you won't partake. I was like, what's happening? I don't get it.
No,
This,
because it shows empathy. At that time, he was not empathetic.
yeah, but then he takes it. Why is he? What? No, no,
It's not
no.
until he has to kill the secretary that's where his first sign of empathy because he takes her away from the bad world to make it look like she falls down some stairs rather than making it look like she's in all the inner workings. And that's his
Yeah.
first empathy, killing her in a nice way.
Ugh, no.
No, because every death, every person he meets is another one of his rules being broken. And the stories they tell and the interaction they have is about him breaking another rule. And if you watch it like a checklist almost of him going through his rules and breaking them, and his last one's empathy, and it's poetically written. It's a romance masked by violence.
Okay. Okay. No. No.
I love
So
it. There's a lot to like. I don't like as much as Seven or Fight Club or most other Fincher films, to be honest. I wouldn't put this on his top five, even though he's only made very few. But like, I heard if someone mentioned today, not every director, not every great director needs to make only great movies. Sometimes they can just make good movies, and this is a good movie.
it was okay.
Yeah,
It was okay. Look, I don't know. It's just look, I would watch John Wick's over this every day of the
I
week.
would not.
I would.
No,
I think
I didn't want to watch this for an action movie. I wanted to watch this for a gritty storytelling. I wanted more of a twist because that's sort of what Fincher does with Fight Club and Seven and that. And this wasn't as gritty as other movies, I guess, but I don't want action. I'm
okay.
glad I didn't get that.
Okay. It's getting slammed in the IMDb ones.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
can dislike it. They're allowed to. Even Letterbox, like people I follow, someone gave it a 4.5, a 4. There's two people who are giving it a 2, who I really respect their opinion. Another person I respect gave him a 3.5. So it's getting very mixed reviews.
I feel like yeah, this would split an audience as
No one's
it's
calling it a 5 though. Like no one.
okay. Okay. Yeah. Just it was something missing.
Yeah,
Just
I can
something,
understand that.
something. I don't know what it was. A little bit drawn out. Something was missing for me. Character was not relatable. They talk in poetic. Like I don't want to piece shit together. Just tell me, tell me your story. Just let me enjoy the cinema. I don't want to go in there and deconstruct all the motives and different things. Just show me the life of a killer. And I would like I really enjoyed the intro. I was like, well, this is actually really
Yeah.
cool. I've never seen anyone like actually do the inner workings of an assassin. I was like, this is cool. And
Mm-hmm.
then you
And
finched
I
it.
lost you.
You finched it.
Finched it
You
by making
finched
it too
it.
smart.
Finched
I feel
it.
like Fight Club does that at a point. It goes into this realm of like he's got a lot to say and he tries to say a lot in the last half of the movie. And then it's like, oh, here's the twist. And then it just becomes this like rushed out terrorist ending. So
But I loved Fight Club. I thought it was great.
I love Fight Club. Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But finched it. This is not a bad way of putting it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you giving it number?
Well, I wouldn't recommend it to someone,
Right.
but like it's not bad, but like I wouldn't recommend it. Like I don't think it's below a three, but like I personally wouldn't recommend it. I'm gonna give it a three, but I'm not
Yeah,
recommending it. It's
that's fine.
three,
I've given
but
things a four, but of times I've been like, I still wouldn't recommend it. It's great, but it's not my thing.
nah, my ruling was always a three is like a recommendable.
I know, but if it's on a three, then it's like recommendable to the right audience, and I'm the right audience.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
give it a four.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, four's good.
Yeah.
A bit more than a four. It's like slightly, 3.2, 4.2 ish or whatever, but I think there's a lot to like about it. It doesn't have the big payoff that you want it to have. It does leave a bit of a sour taste. I finished it like, oh, okay, that's the end, I guess. Um, but it's pretty smartly written. I think, like I said, it's a good outing from David Fincher. Not his
Mm.
greatest film ever made, but I still think it's very good, and I'd recommend it
It's
for the right
okay
audience.
day. If you went out on a day that's like a little bit chilly, you'd be like, oh, it's an okay day.
It's an okay day. Whereas this was a good day.
Mm, you had a good day. I had an okay day.
An okay
But
day. What's a good
mm,
day? Like low 20s, where you get to wear shorts, but police have to wear a jacket for part of the day, especially the
yeah,
morning.
yeah, I guess. Sun's out, guns out.
Guns
25s.
out, guns out. For
Mm,
you,
yeah.
25s.
25s. Yeah, mid 20s.
20s means I get to, if 20 or above, I get my legs out. I guess I got my
Mm,
most tattoos, so I'm like, yeah, let's go.
yeah, that's a good day.
Oh fuck yeah, wrap it up, boyo.
All right,
Good
we
shit.
for you next week we have The Marvels, which is the lowest box opening weekend ever
Oh
by a
really?
Marvel film. It is indeed.
Wow, that's saying a lot.
Yep. So I can't wait for that one. It's also
Awesome.
two characters that I don't think they did a very good job on, which is Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel. So
I didn't realize they were different characters. There you go.
yeah, yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to
And we
find out.
also have the Ryman pick is the new Goosebump series, which
Hell
is
yeah.
starring Jason Long.
Looks sick.
Actually, looks pretty good. That's on Disney Plus.
Yeah. It's M. It's
Hmm.
like adult.
Yeah.
It's not a kid's stupid teeny thingy.
Yes,
I'm keen
I'm
for it.
keen as. And then we've also
Mhm.
got the Lawson pick, which is Scott
Yes.
Pilgrim, which is
Ah,
on
get fucking
Netflix.
excited. Speaking of top four favorite movies, Scott Pilgrim was up there as well.
How?
Because
How?
it's great, dude.
Not. Do you know how many times I had to restart that just to try and get through it? Have a
Spectacular.
guess. Have a guess.
I don't
Have a
know.
guess.
Five,
Nope. Or
7,
eight. Eight.
8 times.
8 times I
That's a
tried to
you
watch this.
problem.
No,
That's a you problem.
no. It is the bird actor. I can't stand him. Michael Cera.
The bird actor.
Yeah, he reminds me of Big Bird. I hate him.
Have you heard all the like there's this joke that's been floating around since Knocked Up, since before Knocked Up, that Michael Cera is really hard to work with in cinema
Oh, he would
as
be.
like, but he's not. It's
Yeah.
just it's a running meme. And there's this he was doing a script reading, like a, what do you call it?
Script reading.
Application, like a
Yeah.
script reading for Knocked
Interview.
Up as Seth Rogen's character, like a scene. And the only people who were in on it were him and the director, and everybody else wasn't in on it. So there's him and the director arguing on set and like yelling at each other. And even Katherine Heigl, who's like the woman in it, she's sitting across from him at the table, and she's like, "What the fuck is happening?" There's this big ass meme that Michael Cera is hard to work with, but he's not. He's
It
supposedly
would
a
be.
sweetheart.
No, it would be hard. No,
You'd find him hard
no.
to work with. Just do you want to punch him?
Take that, Big Bird.
Big Bird.
Yeah. He just,
Knowing us, we'd nickname him.
what?
We'd nickname him.
We
That was
did.
always our job at work. Nickname everyone.
Yeah. Big Bird.
Bird.
Yeah.
No,
No.
I'm keen.
Okay.
I love Scott Pilgrim, and the animation's gonna be great. I'm very excited.
Yeah. Imagine if it's a disappointment.
Yeah,
Imagine.
it won't ruin the movie for me.
He's not voice acting, is it? He's not doing the voice.
Yeah. Every single person who's in the movie has come back to reprise their role. Even Chris Evans. Everyone is doing it because he's Scott Pilgrim now.
No, he's not.
He is.
Get a new person.
No, you're a fucking idiot.
No,
He's the greatest.
he's
I love
not.
him.
Well, no, you don't.
I
Yeah,
actually
you
don't
like
love
him
him.
because yeah, see, you
I
liar,
don't. He's
liar.
fine. I like him in most things he's in, but he's not one of my favorite actors.
Mm. Do your best Big Bird impression.
Big Bird.
Yeah.
I can't picture Big Bird. I was never a massive Sesame Street. Can you give me impressions so I can try and base it? How does Big Bird
No,
even
I just
sound?
want to see what you think Big Bird is.
I picture him speaking a bit like high pitched and a bit more excited. Oh, what do you reckon
Oh,
over there?
that's
Oh,
it.
oh.
That's what I think he's got.
Is that how it goes?
That's what Michael Cera is in my mind. So,
In your mind.
hmm, hmm.
Michael
Anyway,
Cera's a bit more confused and a bit more like Morty. If someone had to play Morty in live action, it'd be Michael Cera.
no, Tom Holland.
Scared. Tom Holland just plays everyone.
Just put him in everything. I actually don't like
Tom
Tom
Holland
Holland
and
as
Timothy
Spider Man.
Chalamet.
I think he's the worst Spider Man. I don't think he's a bad actor. I just don't like him as Spider Man.
Don't care. I've lost any interest in Spider Man to give a shit.
You're a monster.
Nah.
Yeah, whatever. That's what we got for
Impress me.
you next week. What?
Sure
Fight me?
do.
Did you say fight me?
I said impress me.
Oh, okay. I
I
was
will
like,
never challenge you. Don't worry.
whoa.
Fight
Yell,
me.
yelling me at
No.
me down the telephone. Can't see me.
Physically fighting you, I know I would lose. So why would I challenge you to that?
I know. That's why I was so confused.
All
All right. We'll see you guys
right.
next week. Tell your friends.
Love yous.
Laters.
Fight me.
Please.